What's up? Been a minute since I did a money count.
Is an introduction really necessary for someone we all know so well?
Welcome back, y'all. Doing a money count. Doing a money count. It has been a minute since I've done a money count. Not because I haven't been making money, because I went on vacation. The only money count that I have today is from a one-day shift. I went in at 4:30. We closed at 3. I didn't leave until like 4:30 because we was kikiing and just doing a lot. But it was a good night. I'm trying to think. Was it a Thursday? It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. It wasn't a Thursday. It was a Saturday. I had a 4-top, a 1-top, a 4-top, a 1-top, and then I had like a section. And then I had 5 sections total. Cool? 5 sections total. And the cash was flowing that night. Thank the Lord. I had a party of some people that was out of towners, and they got a bottle on us. I got tipped $200 for giving them that bottle, and then they ended up getting like 4 bottles after that. The guy wanted to bring a bottle out like one at a time and have me do a sign for each bottle because they were celebrating like their pop's birthday, one of his daughter's birthdays, and then he was just putting people on the spot with a bottle. But they was drinking them bottles like guppies.
I need it!
That thing would be halfway gone. I was like, they just set it down. They had good energy. Loved it. We love the out of towners that are ready to spend a bag, honey. Another 3-top, maybe it was a 4-top. They bought a bottle, and then I ended up splitting another section. They had got 11 shots of Don Repo, so that ended up being. Let me do the math. Our Don Repo is expensive, y'all. Don't think you finna come to Atlanta and buy a thing of Don Repo and it's gonna be like $12. Because it won't be. They ended up spending like $340 on shots. Which I guess I could have just told them to buy a bottle. But it would have ended up being another $100. Fuck it. You know what? He said he wanted 11 shots. He got 11 shots. It was what I made that night. I'm trying to think if I can give y'all some tips while I'm doing this. What I do, and I think that I had said this in my last video, I keep track of everything. If you're a server or you work in a club or a lounge, I recommend keeping track of all of your numbers. Keep track of what section you're in. Keep track of what you end up tipping out at the end of the night, because that's from your cash. That's not coming out of your check. That's coming out of your cash. I like seeing the numbers. I like being able to look back 6 months from now and be like, oh yeah, this is what I did in April. This is what I did, last May. This is what so I can see, like, and make sure, like, all my numbers reflecting, am I making the same amount? Am I making more? What's different? So I keep track of what I end up tipping out everybody, what section I'm in, the total amount of sales that I did that night, what I end up walking out with. I do that because I like being able to have it organized, know what I was doing at my job, because regular 9-to-5 corporate jobs, they have everything in your check. Like, you get to see the hours, you get to see everything that you did. All the numbers are right there for you. We don't have that as servers. We don't get to see those numbers. Your cash is your cash. Your tips is your tips. If you lose it, you lose it. You know what I mean? Like, you take home what you take home, and you gotta mind your money and figure out what you're gonna do with it and how you're gonna organize it. This is just what makes sense in my brain and what's helped me be able to keep track of like multiple jobs and be able to see, like, all right, this is what I'm making over here. This is what I'm making over here. It's just the math is mathing for me when I do that. Cool. I was clocked in. I was able to make money for 11 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I said 14, 13? 14. 2, 53, 54. 5 times 3. 7 times 8, 7, 9, 283. So this is $83. I'm putting it in my notes because my brain will like wipe it out and not remember at all what I said. 83. We just 83. Okay. And I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. I did have a 20. I knew I had the 20 because I brought this because I was gonna buy lunch and I ended up not. 1503. I did good. Like I did good. God provided, thank God. But I made 1503. I worked an 11-hour shift. I made 1503 that night. When I tell you my nights aren't always like this, my nights are not always like this. I'm telling you. I walked out with $200. I walked out. Worked a job one time where I was wearing far less clothes and walked out with, I think it was like $8 or $17. You have to try so many different places to figure out what makes sense to you, what environment works for you. I've had people tell me that this environment doesn't even make sense for me, but I feel like I look the part, but my personality doesn't always like correlate with the environment that I'm in, or it just doesn't like. I'm not in everybody's faces. I'm not in your face. I'm not about to be like just because you're known, like on your body. The people that are in my section are the people that are going to get served. The people that need help, that don't have a section, that are just trying to do a takeout or grab a few shots, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna make sure that you get what you need. Like, I'm not looking for the people that have the chains and the rings and the flashy. Y'all already know. Bill Gates, all these people, they're not wearing all that stuff and they're making far more money than half these ninjas in Atlanta. So I think I cater to a specific audience and it works for me. Actually, let me take that back. It doesn't always work for me because there be nights where it don't matter who's in there. Sometimes you just ain't got it that night. Somebody else do. And you can't hate on how other people hustle, how other people are making their money, what other people got going on, what connections they've built and relationships they've built. Like, you never know. So don't be a hater. Love your coworkers. Go and get the job done. Do what you're supposed to do. Help people out. Be a team player. Meet the people you're supposed to meet. And at the end of the day, do your job. Do your job. Hustle. Run the food. Run the drinks. Like, at the end of the day, we're there to make sure everybody else's life is easier. Make sure the lounge or the spot that you're working at is running smooth. And making sure that we all leave at the end of the night with some motherfucking money. Because if we all winning and we all eating, we all going in there with way better energy. So if a job isn't working for you, or you go into these open calls and some don't feel right, or you try a job. I've gone to a job and did 7 days of training, and on the 7th day, the last day of training, was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not doing this, and left. Like, listen to your gut, trust your gut. Don't go in there trying to act like somebody else. Be yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to the only energy that you're going to be able to keep up. You walk in there trying to act like Susie and whoever, and then in 2 weeks from now, something happen and you got a completely different energy. Everybody's going to notice. So just know how to stay in your lane and work the hell out your lane. And the right customers, the right people are going to gravitate towards you. These are the days when I be saying like, oh, okay, I do have a job, like a real job. I be feeling like I'm not really doing nothing or whatever, but I am working towards something. And in the meantime, in between time, $1,500 for an 11-hour shift. I could do it. I could do it. And figure it out. Or invite your friends to come to your job. Like, don't take advantage of people's time. Don't take advantage of your time. Don't take advantage of other people's time. Make sure you're on time. Do your shift. Do your shit. Get in, get out. Key. And then don't don't get caught up in all the like dramatics. Like it's not. I think that even when I worked at Nike, when I moved to LA, like it always ends up feeling like some sort of high school drama. Everybody knows each other. It gets so like small, and it's like you start knowing people's business. Like try to stay out of that because at the end of the day, that's not what you're there for. And make the money. Don't let the money make you. Make the money. Don't let the money make you. Okay. I hope this helps. Also, by the way, I've been serving in Atlanta for 2 years now, and I've learned on my own. Of course, like serving is easy. My job is easy. My job is simple, but like you learn as you go, and I had to try a lot of different spots to figure out what made sense for me. I told you, like I was working 3 jobs at one time. One I was barely wearing any clothes. Like you just figure out what makes sense for you. I had one, like I said, it was like a high-end restaurant, but the vibe was not for me. Like you just figure out what works for you, what you enjoy, what environment you could tolerate, and if the money actually makes sense in there, and you feel appreciated and respected. Like please make sure that you feel appreciated and respected in your job environment, because if you don't, maybe you can get over it because the money's good, but like at some point you finna crash out. I seen it. That's it. See you later. Love you, mean it.